Hi, my name is Alex Menzel. I'm the co-writer and co-director of Ed, the new, totally unofficial gender-inclusive parody musical. And I'm also in the ensemble, along with the amazing
Rosie Parrish. I'm from Essex, and I'm playing the role of Ed in the show Ed.
Absolutely. It's basically 50 minutes of super tight sketch comedy that follows Ed Sheeran's rise to global stardom. We have a live band on the stage that play remix pop hits throughout. We have an ensemble of myself and another actress, Stella Williamson, who play every other character other than Ed, which is over 30. And that includes some special musical guests, including a feather-jacketed rocket man who's on tour at the moment, who might be coming through Edinburgh. And we basically just kind of rock it and do a ton of great little sketches. And
I always think it's about the struggle of growing up ginger and the pain that gingers face on a daily basis that we're trying to bring justice to. So we have a bit of fun with that.
It started life as the Magdalen College Musical Theatre Society show in 2021, and I met my collaborator James when we were both doing a master's degree at the University of Cambridge, and we really wanted to do a show while we were there. We kind of hit it off immediately and found this really great creative partnership, and we were just racking our brains for ideas that we could pitch, and we got a bunch, and most of them were really, really terrible. We wanted to do Guys and Dolls, but transplanted to the north of England in the 1990s, but that wasn't going to work. Then we thought maybe we'll try The Producers, but that felt like too big of a show. And then actually Christmas Eve, I got a text from James, and he just said, idea, has anyone done an Ed Sheeran parody sketch show? And I said, I don't think so, but why don't we give it a try and see what happens? So we did a sold-out run in Cambridge, then we brought it to London in September 2022. I did a sold-out run there at the Canal Cafe Theatre. And after that, we kind of retooled it, and we found some new talent that we really wanted to showcase, and here we are in Edinburgh with it. Ed is like a true pop music savant, I think, and he has such a kind of interesting journey with lots of little detours. He started off as a choir boy, which we touch on in the show.
Oh, yeah.
And then he went to Brit School for musical theater, and as theater kids, we kind of really that resonates with us. And then he dropped out of Brit School, said, no, I want to do my own music. And he famously played a gig every night for like almost a year in a different venue, traveling all around London and the UK. And so that journey of really being himself and writing these really kind of iconic and recognizable pop songs folded over with sort of, poking fun at the music industry. He seemed like a really great character to be able to do that. So really, ultimately, I think we're about ginger pride and satirizing the music industry's peccadillos, and Ed Sheeran felt like the best person to do that through. He starts off with a guitar, acoustic guitar, loop pedals, which are in the show.
Love a bit of loop pedals.
And basically, the crowd is a little bit like, who is this guy? This is not what we normally hear at this kind of club night. And within a couple of minutes, they are absolutely on his side. They're on their feet. So like a lot of research around that kind of footage, finding little touchstones, the deep references to his biography that we wanted to kind of fold in for the big fans.
The true super fans will get the references.
There's definitely some deep cuts. It can be very playful and very silly, but there's also a history there of prejudice to a certain extent, or of disliking the other. And I think part of what's been really interesting about Ed as a figure is that he doesn't really fit into what we think of as a classic pop star. And you see that in the types of music that he does. His earlier hits, things like The A-Team, Galway Girl. These are songs that were really informed also by his Irish heritage and used traditional Scottish fiddle instrumentation and things like that. And yet he was still able to carve this huge successful career in the pop world while still staying true to the music that he was raised in. And so with that kind of those two things being the case, I think we wanted to reframe it, and I think there's like an opportunity with sketch comedy to sort of instead of it being jokes at the expense of people with ginger hair, it's about the fact that they triumph by the end of it through the fact that everyone's trying to kind of corrupt them and use them for their own gains. And you see that especially in the Music Mafia, which are two characters that are trying to kind of get Ed to join up with them because they control the music industry. But he goes his own way. So.
There's a lot of tongue-in-cheek kind of towards gingers, and then made fun of a lot of the time, and usually it's quite kind of harmless or, you know, light-spirited, but they're usually the butt of the joke. So we wanted to give them a bit of justice and turn them into our hero rather than the butt of our jokes.
Our ginger hero.
Exactly, our ginger hero, live from the play. Reference.
That's right.